Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today we are talking about being happy instead of being right. And I have to put a caveat on this because some people might be thinking like you can't just put your head in the sand, like you have to stand up for like political issues and stand up for what you believe in and all this stuff. I'm not talking about being right in terms of like justice and equality. I'm talking about how we often get into arguments with people over things that just don't matter, and we decide that we have to be right and we have to fight with our loved ones and the people we care about in order to have this satisfaction that we're right. And this basically comes from humans having a hard time admitting when they're wrong, which thankfully I've never had a problem doing. I can admit when I'm wrong all the time, and I do, and I'm wrong all the time, and I do. So for me, I feel like this isn't much of an issue, but I think many people do struggle with this idea of like, no, I know I'm right, and I'm gonna fight in order to make sure that I am. And they would fight like 10 people at a party over some stupid debate or some issue rather than just enjoying the party and having fun. And I know that this is going to be somewhat of a controversial topic because many people are going to take the real political issue and they're going to try and focus on that, which is not the intention of this video, but it's YouTube. I understand how this works. I say something and people are allowed to say stuff back and they're allowed to disagree with me. So go ahead, enjoy the interesting comment section for this video. But what I want to talk about is when somebody thinks that they're correct about something and you decide to get into a big debate over whatever you're talking about. It could be literally anything, and I really don't mind what you talk about. But sorry, there's like a single hair bugging me. But the idea that I need to be right and I cannot accept that I'm wrong, and I will not be happy unless I'm right and I win the argument and the other person says, you're right, I was wrong. You're gonna be sorely disappointed because people don't like to admit they're wrong, especially in the moment. Like in a debate, they're not gonna be like, you're right, I was wrong. That doesn't happen. That's not real life. That's fiction. So I think it's far more important to focus on being happy, focus on what you're actually like to do, and realize that whoever you're debating with, you guys have way more in common than you have not in common. You're both humans who have an interesting view on a specific topic, and is it really worth fighting over something to the point that you've just ruined the enjoyment of an event or anything like that? I think we often get into these little debates with people, and the debate could be about anything, like, you are supposed to put the toilet seat down. It's like, I do put it down. No, you don't. You never put it down. I always put it down. And like, it just becomes this dumb debate where neither of you are right, neither of you are wrong, but you're willing to have this huge argument over this issue or this topic. And like, what gets solved in the end? I mean, if you want to have an argument, just don't, and instead just try and have a meaningful conversation with the people around you that matter. So I don't understand why there is this, I don't know, it's weird. I have to be honest, I've never had a problem admitting I'm wrong. I enjoy debating with people about specific topics. Certain topics I won't get into, but a lot of topics I enjoy a spirited debate. I'm pretty open-minded. I'm willing to see someone else's points. I can honestly say that I really haven't had a debate where like I convinced the other person that I was correct. There's sometimes where I could like show someone like, oh, here's the data on weightlifting and why it's really important when you're 40 years or older to weightlift, and how important it is for your hormones and your muscle strength and your bone density and all this stuff. But I can't say that I have had like a definitive victory in terms of like just debating or arguing with somebody. So if that is the case, if that is my experience, why would I truly get into an argument with somebody who doesn't want to change, doesn't need to change? There's nothing wrong with their point of view. And is it really worth ruining an evening debating about something like that? I can understand if you want to have a spirited debate and you're both interested in the topic and you're having like a mental exercise and it's enjoyable. I can understand that. But when you're having an argument with somebody and you just feel like you have to be correct and you've got to be right and you have to prove yourself, when you have something to prove, you're already going to lose. It goes back to that quote about like no war in anger was ever won. Like any war of aggression is never truly won. There's always so much lost in a war like that. And it's the same with these like arguments and people debating about, I don't know, political issues or dumb relationship problems or, things like that. It's not worth the argument. I'm telling you, you would much rather just be happy and enjoy. And if you're one of these people that cannot enjoy being with somebody who has different views than you, you're gonna have to go find an echo chamber to go live in, because you are going to disagree with everybody. I disagree with my parents, I disagree with my brother, I disagree with my best friends. I don't care. We have different politics, we have different ideas. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, we all love each other, we're all here to support each other, and I'm not willing to have an argument with somebody that I care about over some stupid thing. And thankfully, I don't think any of the people in my life would do it either. I don't think anybody would really want to engage in like a hardcore argument just for the sake of proving that we're right. Like if my mom comes and says, "Oh, Jax, can you like deal with this? Like you said you were gonna deal with it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, like I'll get it done." Like I don't need a confrontation, and I don't need to be right, and I don't need to prove myself. I know who I am, and I'm comfortable with that. So maybe it does come down to like when these arguments happen, it's insecurity. Like the people involved are insecure about their own position in the world. And so by losing an argument, they feel like they're losing like a bit of themselves or something like that. Who knows? Maybe that's part of it. If you have a thought on that, please let me know. I'm curious. But yeah, be happy. Choose happiness. Taoism teaches you that we have no control on this planet. Like we have no control over like our external situation, what happens. People can go at any moment. And so the idea that you need to stand your ground and stick your flag in the sand and be like, this is where I'm gonna die. Like I'm not moving, I'm not budging. You're just gonna end up there. Like that's what's gonna happen, is you're just gonna sit there and there you go. You were right. Good for you. You won the argument, but now you're gone. Nobody cares. Everyone's moved on. So choose happiness. I know I say this a lot, but we are on this planet for such a short amount of time. If you look at the billions of years of life evolving on this planet, we get just like an absolute sliver, a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a second on this planet. So chase after happiness, guard your heart, love what you love the people you love, realize that none of us are perfect, and none of us want to admit it, but none of us are perfect. All of us have huge character flaws and these things that make us anxious and jealous and quick to anger and easily upset, and that makes us human, and you just got to accept it. So thank you guys for watching and listening, and as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.